Still looking at me.
This is the Multitasker Mighty Adventure, back into another reaction video, and this could be considered of a random reaction pick, in which this is from Cinemassacre. This is the latest AVGN episode, Superman 64 Returns. Oh boy. Just hearing the name, that this is something that we never thought we'd get to see this again. Because back in 2010, that the nerd, aka James Rolfe, made this video, which it was a compilation of the entire of the Superman games that was bad. Some are decent, but mostly they're bad, and Superman 64 was one of the worst ones. And the reason I want to react to this because I too shared of that painful worst experience when I had the N64, because those damn rings. I mean, that's all you get to do, because by the time you popped it into the console and you start the game, and that's where it just immediately puts you into that spot in the city of Metropolis and just fly around rings. And not to mention, if you bypass this, that you got like, what, 20 seconds to lift those cars up and try to save the innocent bystanders, and now you got that. Now you're able to lift the car, and now you have no idea what the hell you're supposed to do. And that was my memories of my youth, how I got stumped and got frustrated, and thank God that was just a rental, because if I own it, then I would be a complete freaking idiot. And the truth is, I had to go look it up on the internet and to find the cheat codes to see what other levels that I tried my best, and there's some problems with this game. And the thing about that is because, ever since the animated series that got so popular, I bet you that the game developers was trying to promote this game from the series, in that they didn't took that much of a time to make it a really good game for the 64. Just rushed it. Because I think that's probably what happened, but I don't know. It's just I don't even have to brag this any further, but the fact is, here we are again, and frankly, we are going to be revisiting of the past. This game. That, you know what? Let's just go ahead and just watch this. So, without further ado, in 3, 2, 1, it's time to react. I have watched from season to season. 11 years ago. Exactly.
time to do a super game. Super Mario 64.
Not today.
No!
Yeah.
That's right. It's back. I already played this game. I already showed you how bad it is, but it gets worse. Much worse. First, a little background. I complained already they should have used the Superman theme, by John Williams. But I didn't know at the time this was based on the Superman animated series. It was the second in what's often called the Timverse, or DC animated universe, which consisted of the highly acclaimed Batman the Animated Series, the new Batman Adventures, Batman Beyond, Static Shock, the Zeta Project, which absolutely no one remembers. Then finally, Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, with a few features sprinkled here and there. Superman the Animated Series helped bring a lot of the mythology from the comics to a whole new audience. Characters who are often excluded from previous TV or film incarnations finally got more attention and have since gained popularity and shown up in other shows and movies. It was regarded as a great series, so it's surprising it led to one of the worst games ever made. Alright, enough of the history lesson. Let's get on with this shit. So, here's an interesting detail I missed before. The story of the game is that Lex Luthor has hidden Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, and Emma Hamilton in his virtual world. That's right, this entire video game takes place inside a video game. You'd think a genius like Lex Luthor would use his ability to create anything in a virtual world and come up with some crazy obstacles or enemies for Superman to face. So what did he decide on? You know. Rings.
Yep. This is my memory. Right there.
Yeah. Not messing around this time. So picking up from last time, after another round of rings, I have to fight a few shadow men. All right, I'm going to land and just punch them. No, I can't land because they're under me. Oh, and now I'm through the floor? And then oh, yeah, of course. I should have expected something like that. These guys are not hard to take out, but I can't land. When you're not flying at full speed, you just hover. I can't get to the last guy in time. Fuck!
Missing?
Finally, I'm able to punch all of them and get through another round of rings, and then I end up having to save 3 people from tornadoes. This should be really easy. You should just be able to use your super breath. No, he has no super breath. He just blows. Oh, you have to collect your superpowers. Oh, okay. So I get the super breath, I go to the tornado, but I can't slow down in time. By the time I activate my power, the tornado's too far away and kills people. One time I was lucky enough to get both tornadoes in time at the right point and blow them away. But guess what? These tornadoes come back as the final boss in another Superman game. Now I'm in sort of a dam. Goddamn dam. These levels are nothing but mazes full of backtracking. You gotta throw robots and cardboard boxes into lasers, find the key card, go back to the beginning, flick a switch on a computer, blow up more robots, avoid a giant electric eel, drain the dam, and then a guy tells you to disarm some bombs before the clock runs out. Gee, where have I heard that one before? Luckily, you could pick up the super speed power-up. That should help. Oh dear.
You broke the game.
Where am I? The Phantom Zone? Oh gee, and you have to start the whole level over because there's no checkpoints. On the way to the bombs, you have a boss fight with Mala. She was like the cartoons version of Ursa from Superman 2. All right, here we go. Get ready for this epic boss battle. Well, that was anticlimactic. You know it's bad when the level enemies are harder than the boss. Let's see what's next. What could possibly follow that up?
Then there's no time to waste.
Yep. You have to go through that shit again.
No. No way.
Yes, way. He's about to break.
Oh, no.
Here.
They move. Why did they have to move? Oh, wow. Yeah, they really changed it up. You know, it's a scary thought. What if this was some kid's first exposure to Superman? Maybe they got the game for Christmas or their birthday or something. They hear about this awesome guy who can do anything, and then they pop the game in, and it's nothing but fucking rings! This would ruin the character of Superman for anybody. And if the rings weren't enough to do it for you, this weird 3D face will. Well, this is the ugliest digital Superman face I've ever seen. Second ugliest. All right, now I'm at this puzzle. Yeah, a puzzle where I have to use different computers to make these letters say Luther. I'm sure there's probably some pattern or strategy, but all I did was keep clicking until it got solved. Not sure how I did it, and I don't care. Now we get to Luthor's office where we fight Brainiac, one of the most badass Superman villains. He let Krypton die, has knowledge from worlds all over the universe, can shoot blasts of energy from his hands, and once mind-controlled Batman. This is definitely going to be a good boss fight.
Excuse me?
Is it too much to ask for? Just to have one decent boss fight? The levels are so complex. I mean, don't you think a good boss fight would have made it all worthwhile? Well, somebody didn't think so. Hey, you know what? At least it's not rings.
Then there's no time to waste.
You want to know the worst thing about these ring levels? Right when you're getting the hang of it, the game will glitch and send you flying across the map for no goddamn motherfucking reason. So you have to backtrack or restart. The next level, you have to save Lois from Metallo. It's more the same. Throw boxes, kill shadow people, fight robots, figure out bullshit puzzles. The hard part's when you have to escort Lois out of the level. You'd think it'd be easy. Just pick her up and fly, right? No. She has to run. Oh, did I say run? I wish. She sprints for a second, gets to a hallway, and then slowly strolls the rest of the way. Move! Move! Oh, come on, move! You can't even run ahead just a little bit and take out some shadow guys before she reaches them. If you get too far away, a shadow guy will spawn in front of her. And I'm so sick of saying shadow guy. So you're forced to watch her take every step toward the exit, which feels like it's 10,000 miles away. Okay, time to fight Metallo, a cybernetic creep with the brain of a mercenary and a heart made of kryptonite. Let's see how much of a challenge he is. Again?
Then there's no time to waste.
Easy.
Again?
Yeah.
Ah! So then you get to this parking garage stage, and it's a huge pile of ass. No, really, this thing is a shit behemoth. Really, it's like a moldy turd. I'd rather be impaled by a piss icicle. On top of that, there's a time limit and kryptonite that's slowly killing you. Ooh, time to take on Darkseid. Now, he's the strongest of Superman's opponents in the cartoon. So, let's see what's going to happen here. Ooh, boy, this is going to be some serious shit. Glitched. Again. Now I gotta play that whole maze all over? Oh, man, this game is such shit.
My God.
I'd rather lick the asshole of a Thanagarian snare beast. So, rinse and repeat. Here we go. Darkseid again. Oh, wait, I have that heat vision. Let me try that. Okay, this is working. All right, I'm gonna have to use my fist here. Oh, okay, come back. Oh, there he is. All right, I got him. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. I have to drag him to the police now. Yeah, Darkseid, the ruler of Apocalypse, commander of armies of parademons, a new god who can shoot omega beams from his eyes, is just going to go to the regular police. Yeah, throw him in a cell with Bruno Mannheim. He'll be fine. And then after another round of rings, yeah, I'm getting used to it at this point. And I get this level where I have to rescue Emil Hamilton from Parasite. This level is actually pretty decent. The map is smaller, and the directions are more clear and precise. Also, you defeat the boss in a clever way. So all in all, it's a pretty decent level. There's only one problem. I keep falling through the map. Look at this! I broke the boundary! I'm on the outside of the game looking in.
Break the boundaries of existence. Superior gameplay lets you exceed the laws of
Not this
physics.
dude again.
Superman 64 is 64 times the awesome.
So after that, you do more rings, big surprise, and then we're at a Subway. Not the fast food place, but the actual Subway. And it's the same stuff you'd expect. Flying around aimlessly, backtracking, yada yada. But then it turns into a real shit show when you have to do another escort mission. And this guy is worse than Lois. When enemies are close, you have to make sure he doesn't get hurt. So how do you keep him safe? By using your super breath and encasing him in ice. Well, I've seen Superman do lots of crazy things, but putting them in ice? Like, how do they breathe? How do they stay alive? Why am I asking you? Look at this shit. The guy gets to the exit, he thanks you, and you think that's it. But then he gets attacked on his way out, and I can't go past the door. The only thing I can do is escape through the ceiling and hope the level ends before this guy gets killed. So here it is, the final ring level. But it's the worst of them all! There's rings underwater that go below the map, there's moving rings, there's even multiple ring paths that lead to false exits. Now that is just cruel. In a normal game, this might be challenging, but not when the controls are so broken. Fuck! Ass! I can't do it. I need help. I need guidance. I need to learn to fly.
From Cyberboard?
Where did you learn to fly?
Jeez, that's a face I didn't miss.
Where did you learn to fly?
Not from playing Cybermorph, I can tell you that.
Where did you learn to fly?
I don't know. Top Gun Academy?
Where did you learn to fly?
I wish you'd ask Superman that. He can't fly for shit in this game.
Where did you learn to fly?
Actually, when preparing for this review, I looked into when Superman first flew. Early in the comics, he couldn't fly, but instead jumped really high. The earliest appearance of him flying was in Superman number 10. The artist working on the issue wasn't clear about Superman's powers and thought he could fly. So his first flight was by accident. It was quickly corrected in the next issue, and the next time the character flew was in the radio show. Finally, Superman would fly on screen in the old Fleischer cartoon. In both cases, his power of flight was given to him simply because the people making them really wanted to.
Where did you learn to fly?
I guess Superman never really did learn to fly. It was just a combination of dumb luck and people wanting him to fly.
Where did you learn to fly?
I know what you're saying. I don't really need to learn to fly through these rings. I just need to want it and hope for the best.
Where did you learn to fly?
Well, thanks for the encouragement, talking head from Cybermorph. Hey, I'm sorry I shot you with the super scope and called you an asshole that one time.
Where did you learn to fly?
All right. What the hell's this? I'm gone 5 minutes and already I have 4 replacements? Get out of here! Yeah, here we go. Here we go! Oh, I beat the rings! I beat the rings! No more fucking rings! But the nightmare isn't over yet. The final level takes place on Brainiac's spaceship, and it is the biggest pain in the ass you can imagine. I wish I could reverse the world's rotation and go back in time to destroy the computer this game was designed on. You have to find 12 pieces of a machine scattered all over. And the whole time, you have robots, crab people, and little tanks trying to mess up your day. And if you find all the pieces, Brainiac sends you to a room full of teleporters. The goal here is to get the numbers to add up to 2,000. And like the Luthor puzzle, I have no idea what to do, so I'm just gonna mess around. Sometimes I get the combination quick, other times the clock runs out and I lose. After that, you have to escort Jimmy and Lois to safety. And these idiots just stroll into a room full of lightning. You have to freeze them again and push them to safety, but be careful because you might push them off a bridge. After saving Lois and Jimmy, you have to fight Brainiac again. And if you're expecting something really exciting, well, you should know better by now. Once he's down, you destroy some bombs, and of course, another rings. Just kidding. Superman brings his friends to the real world, and Luthor gets away. I am so happy to be finished with this. I'm going to ignore that the camera is having a seizure.
What the?
You want to know something else that's a real kick in the ass? In recent years, a ROM of the game surfaced, which was of the unreleased PlayStation version.
What?
And it actually looks all right. The levels look unique. The bad guys look cooler. The controls don't seem great, but it looks like they work. According to Titus, after all the changes they were forced to make for the Nintendo version, their license ran out and they couldn't release it. Instead, we got this rancid anus tart of a game vomiting green rings in our face.
Uh-oh. Hell. Oh my God.
No! Please don't! Don't hurt the good, innocent games!
Man of Steel. Not a real carcass, by the way. Over dramatic. Just like it is in the ending of The Man of Steel. Okay. A very interesting information that I didn't know about. It would make sense how Titus Company were running out of time. It makes you wonder why this game is so broken. I mean, the controls are completely off. The whole graphics is completely pixelated, and like every stages, every walls that could be broken so easily, you could just actually go walk through it and just being like you're outside of all the stages. It's just such a relief that I didn't get to play this far, so I basically just hop into every level to see if that could be challenging, but who am I kidding? This game it's just so fucked up. It's just broken. Alright, this game is literally broken, and I'm just glad I won't have to suffer myself anymore. So I believe that will be all for this video for tonight. So if you enjoyed this episode from AVGN, and hope you are suffered of the same traumatized of that horrible game, let's leave it a likes. And also leave a comments down below. With that said, I'm Mighty Avenger signing out. But I will catch you all in the next video. And right now, I need to get some sleep, so I got to get ready for another crazy morning. So, good night.